Did Prince Andrew's father have an affair with Sarah Ferguson's mother? Why was Prince Andrew ordered off HMS Broadsword? Did the Argentines plot to kill Prince Andrew on the island of Mystique? And what is the truth about Jeffrey Epstein and Fergie?
Buckingham Palace has finally spoken out, and the world is shocked. After years of rumors and speculation, a DNA test has provided clear evidence that has deeply affected the monarchy. Prince Andrew's long-kept secret has been confirmed, prompting the palace to issue a statement that could change the royal family's legacy. This revelation is scandalous and heartbreaking, raising questions about loyalty and truth. So, what did the palace confirm, and why now? Shocking secret unveiled. Buckingham Palace has made a groundbreaking announcement that is shaking the world. Based on DNA evidence, the palace has confirmed for the first time that Prince Andrew has a previously unknown biological child. This shocking revelation could significantly change the monarchy's image. The royal family faces intense pressure not only from this scandal, but also due to Prince William's plans to reform royal operations. His proposals include revamping royal finances, reducing the use of taxpayer money, and removing titles and financial support from family members deemed unfit to represent the crown. Prince Andrew's position is now precarious. He is said to be furious as he faces new controversies, just as King Charles and Prince William are under global scrutiny. The royal family's decisions regarding Andrew's role, whether to keep or remove him from royal duties, will likely surprise the public. The most surprising part of the palace's statement is the admission about Prince Andrew's hidden child. This revelation has shocked many and undermined the monarchy's long-standing silence on scandals. Andrew already suffered reputational damage due to his ties with Jeffrey Epstein and a problematic BBC interview in 2019. At 64, this new revelation may be the final blow to his public image. The monarchy now confronts a serious challenge to its credibility. The key question is whether Andrew can return to royal duties. More importantly, can the monarchy survive this shocking news? Will this new information tarnish Andrew's name alone, or will it also affect the monarchy's future? A secret confirmed. Have you ever had a question that nags at you your whole life? For one person, that question has been about their real father. They've heard family whispers and rumors for decades, but nothing concrete until now. A DNA test has revealed that this person is undoubtedly Prince Andrew's biological child. There's no fairy tale story here, no desire for crowns or fame. They just wanted the truth. For most people, knowing who their father is seems simple, but for them, it's a huge deal. It ends years of uncertainty and piecing together bits of information. The person's name is being kept secret. They don't want the spotlight or a royal title. They need space to understand this new reality. While they come to terms with the news, a weight has been lifted from their shoulders. Those who know say the DNA results leave no room for doubt. This is not just gossip, it's a solid fact. Now King Charles III has to deal with this complicated situation. This revelation shakes up the entire royal family. It raises questions about inheritance and titles. Prince Andrew, already sidelined, faces even more trouble with this news. What started as rumors has turned into an undeniable reality. DNA has changed the what if into the what now. Everyone is waiting to see if this child will remain out of the public eye, or if it will change the royal family forever. From whispers to headlines. After Prince Andrew faded from the public eye, rumors began circulating, like they were waiting for the right moment. His downfall was swift and messy, mainly due to the Epstein scandal and his uncomfortable BBC interview that made many cringe. Once people sensed something was wrong, they started to believe there was more to uncover. In recent years, those whispers grew louder. Amateur detectives online began to connect the dots. Old photos from the 80s, vague stories from his Navy days, and casual comments from people who used to work at the palace. Piece by piece, they created a timeline that actually made sense, a brief affair and a discreet deal to keep a child out of the public eye. Initially, the talk was limited to fringe groups, and mainstream media hesitated to dive deep. They only published cautious articles with titles like Andrew's Hidden Past or A Royal Bombshell Brewing. But these hints sparked interest, turning private gossip into public debate. As for Buckingham Palace, their standard response was no comment. Usually this suggests elegance, but it felt heavy and revealing in this case. Many viewers interpreted their silence as a sign that there might be some truth to the rumors. Dr. Anna Whitelock, a knowledgeable royal historian, explained why this situation is serious. The monarchy relies on clear family ties. questioning bloodlines shakes the very foundation of the royal family. It's more than idle chatter. It could threaten the monarchy itself. As online discussions turned into real investigations, the story moved from whispers to a public crisis demanding clear answers. For Andrew, who already faced scrutiny and lost his honors, this could completely sever his ties to the royal family. This situation might change how people view the royals, reigniting debates about their relevance. Now, everyone is anxious, wondering, is this just another sad chapter in a troubled man's life? Or will it become a major scandal that challenges the monarchy? When silence became dangerous. For a long time, Buckingham Palace's approach was simple: never complain, never explain. This worked well in the past, keeping things private and dignified. But in today's world of social media, that silence feels less classy. Instead, they seem to be hiding something, which can lead to trouble. What started as a small rumor grew into something serious about 8 months ago, an actual court filing. This wasn't just gossip. A real person made a genuine claim. Meet Alexander Campbell, a 42-year-old architect from Edinburgh. His single mom raised him, and he is not part of the royal scene. People who know him say he is competent, private, and professional. His court documents and friends reveal that his motives are not about seeking fame or money. He is looking for answers about his past, a question that has haunted him. His mom avoided discussing his father for most of his life. However, in her final days 2 years ago, she revealed that she had a brief but real relationship with Prince Andrew in the early 80s, just before he married Sarah Ferguson. She was pregnant when they made a private agreement for financial support to keep things quiet, allowing Alex to grow up without royal scrutiny. This truth pushed Alex to seek answers. His lawyers at Thompson & Finch first tried to reach out privately to Andrew's team, but they received no response. So, they decided to file a lawsuit, claiming his right to know his roots. His friends understand his situation. This isn't about greed or seeking attention. It's about filling a void. Imagine living for over 40 years with this question hanging over you. It's frightening to be wrong, and even scarier to find the truth. Once the media picked up the story, they searched for scandals and dirt, but found nothing. Alex stayed private, which made people lean in his favor. If he were faking, he would likely seek publicity. His quiet approach transformed his story from a doubt to a believable claim, forcing the royals to face questions they could no longer ignore. The bigger question remains: if this claim is proven true and the DNA could confirm it, what impact would that have on the royal family's future? The palace's dilemma: a monarchy under siege. The request for Prince Andrew to take a DNA test shocked Buckingham Palace. The monarchy, known for its tradition and secrecy, faced a unique challenge. This situation directly questioned the royal family's bloodline. Prince Andrew was already in a difficult position. Stripped of his public duties, military honors, and charitable roles, insiders viewed him as a liability. Under King Charles III, the monarchy aimed to present itself as modern and trustworthy to win public support. Now, that effort was at risk. This scandal was different from others. It was not about money or careless comments. It involved legacy, bloodlines, truth, and betrayal. The existence of an undisclosed child could permanently damage the Windsor name and undermine royal legitimacy. Inside the palace, there was a clear sense of crisis. Emergency meetings happened often, with King Charles, Prince William, and top legal advisors discussing how to respond. Their challenge was straightforward yet tough. How should the monarchy react? Declining the DNA test could be considered an admission of guilt, confirming people's suspicions. However, agreeing to the test meant losing control of the story and risking painful truths. An experienced royal reporter, Valentine Lowe, described the situation as immense. He pointed to the monarchy's struggle between defending itself and keeping public trust. Prince Andrew's initial reaction was anger. He called the request a gross invasion of privacy and claimed it was another attack on his reputation, but time was running out. King Charles and senior lawyers pressed him to comply, warning that fighting the request in court could cause more harm than agreeing to the test. The longer he resisted, the greater the fallout would be. Eventually, Andrew agreed, but under strict conditions. The DNA test would be conducted secretly, with a strong chain of custody to withstand public scrutiny. Every detail would be managed to ensure reliable results. This decision was a reluctant gamble, made out of desperation, not confidence. Inside the palace, one unsettling truth emerged. Nothing would be the same once the results were revealed. The world continues to wonder. When that envelope was opened, Did it hold the truth that could bring the monarchy down? The science of certainty inside the DNA test. When royal DNA is involved, there's no room for mistakes. That's why collecting Prince Andrew's DNA felt more like a spy movie than a routine appointment. They sent the samples to the Sterling Genetics Institute in Geneva to avoid the UK tabloids. This lab is top-notch, known for its neutrality and expertise, and it's far from the media's reach. The sample collection was carefully planned. At one of the royal palaces with heavy security, Andrew rolled up his sleeves. In the room were an outside doctor, a lawyer for Alexander Campbell, and Andrew's own lawyer. 3 people to prevent any doubts about the process. Everything was documented, sealed, and secured on the spot. In Edinburgh, Campbell went through the same steps: watched, wrapped, and locked. Both samples were handed off to a trusted diplomat and tracked carefully all the way to Switzerland. The chain of custody was secure, with no chances for swaps or mistakes. At Sterling, they used advanced testing, short tandem repeat STR analysis, which is the best method for paternity tests. This technique looks at repeating DNA sequences we all have, half from our mothers and half from our fathers. When they analyze the samples, they can confirm paternity. A genetic expert explained, "We check about 21 markers. If the child shares these with the father, it's a perfect match. A full match gives you a 99.99% certainty. This is science confirming the relationship." For the palace, this wasn't just about numbers. It was a significant truth that could change everything. The moment of truth. The results from the Swiss lab were definitive. There was no doubt about them. The technicians were not just analyzing data. They held information that could change royal history. They had strict non-disclosure agreements in place to keep everything confidential. The atmosphere was tense as the machines revealed DNA secrets, unraveling the crown's mysteries. Another team double-checked the results when the analysis was complete to ensure accuracy. The truth was locked in. There was no denying it. The report was treated with extreme care. No emails, no digital storage. Just one physical copy, signed by the director and placed in a secure envelope. It looked plain, but its contents had the power to change the royal family forever. The team returned to London under diplomatic protection. They went to a small meeting with royal lawyers and a court representative. What was in that envelope? Not lab notes, but a decision that could impact Andrew's reputation and the monarchy's legacy. At St. James's, they opened the envelope in a secure room. The king's secretary, Andrew's legal advisor, and a neutral court representative were present. The silence was heavy, as if the walls understood the importance of what was happening. When they opened the envelope and unfolded a single page, one person later described the atmosphere as ghostly calm, sensing the moment's weight. What did the report say? It contained definitive facts. DNA analyses showed a 99.99% match between Andrew and Campbell. There was no ambiguity, no alternatives. What people had speculated about for years was now clear and recorded in black and white. Rumor turns into reality. Rumors about Buckingham Palace grew when Campbell's lawyers said the palace had 24 hours to respond before serious accusations were made. The next evening at 6 p.m., the palace announced, all sides received the court-ordered DNA results. The investigation found a biological link between the Duke of York and Alexander Campbell. Online discussion surged, with biological link trending worldwide as news anchors expressed shock. Andrew's secret son, confirmed. Crowds formed outside Buckingham Palace, showing anger over the news and years of lies. One woman told the BBC, "We knew something was being hidden." Andrew's spokesperson said the following morning, "I accept the DNA results. This is a private family matter." This statement only increased anger, as critics felt it did not show a father's emotional response. PR expert Mark Borkowski called it a significant mistake, stressing the need for empathy instead of legal language. What started as a minor issue has turned into a big crisis. Will the palace try to distance Andrew, or does this signal a deeper change within the royal family? Fallout of a scandal that shook the crown. Days after the DNA results came out, Andrew, the Duke of York, faced severe backlash. People in Britain started petitions to remove his title. Politicians and public figures pushed for an end to royal privileges that once seemed unthinkable. Inside the palace, everyone was on edge. Charles felt let down as his efforts to modernize the royal family fell apart. William was reportedly angry and worried about the long-term effects on the family's reputation. This was a quiet win for Campbell after years of pursuing the truth. He wanted to move on without the chaos of royal life. However, being royal means little privacy. Legal experts quickly noted that, according to the Royal Marriages Act and primogeniture rules, Andrew's children don't have any titles. This situation is unprecedented. No loyalty or love is involved, just clear facts. Andrew's reputation is destroyed as the dust settles. But the question remains: can the monarchy survive this challenge, or is this just the start of more problems? The uncovering of Andrew's hidden past has shocked the monarchy. Will it cause lasting damage to the royal family, or open the door to a fresh start? Share your thoughts.